Give me one of the trays with the flowers in it. I just need one of them for right now. Yeah. Which one is the sticky show? How many we bought up here? Four?
No, no. Let's go and count them now. That one.
Well, don't forget to count this one that you just gave me. So y'all today we planting.
Put more in there.
Okay then. So we bought four up here. Today we putting in our turnip greens and they so fluffy. I'm on live right now. So and I'm just telling the people what we planting today. Oh. So today y'all we got a lot of turnip greens. And so I'm just gonna plant them in as thick as thieves and let them do whatever they gonna do. And we'll snip and clip them in between as they get older and bigger. But I think I got my like 1,000 sprouts. So and there is no way that I could use every one of these. So we just gonna put them in a spot that they can really do their thing. And this is the garden bed that I told y'all me and my son just did over again. So I'm just gonna keep lining them up through each row. And when they get to where they need to be at, we'll snip the ones off that we don't need and let it be what it gonna be. Those of y'all who just coming in, I am planting turnip greens, and we plant down a lot of them, yes, because we have like 1,000 or more of these. The seeds was old, so I really thought that they weren't gonna come up, but they came up with a vengeance. And so now we gonna figure out something to do with them, even if we gotta grow them for the chickens. And I got a couple of people lined up that's willing to take and continue to grow some of them because I don't want to waste them, but What we gonna do with 1,000 turnips? 1,000 of them. There's so many of them that I can't do nothing with all of them. They are going to be in here really, really thick. And by process of elimination, we gonna come in. Hey, TMB Monkey Man, how's it going today? Salute to you, my brother. um, we'll do come back and do the process of elimination. As they go along, and we'll see which ones only the strong gonna survive. And what if all of them come up to be strong survivors? Then we just gonna have to pick and choose, ain't we? But we know all of them ain't gonna be able to stay, not in this little bed anyway. And for those of you, this is not a gardening channel, but a lot of times we are out in the garden because I am definitely about growing your own food. Not having to depend on the grocery store fully for whatever it is you eat. But um, well, really depending on nobody to be getting your food or whatever. But can I get another tray? Or are you gone? Where you at, girl? I got it. Sorry about that, y'all. I had me a little helper out here that that disappeared on me real quick. Um but those of you all um who know this is not a gardening channel. I talk about a whole bunch of different things. Mostly I talk about the area of life that I'm in at that time, but there's always a moment in my life where I'm always out in the garden at some point. Um, this is what I like to do. I like growing things. I like to grow. So though it's not a growing channel, it is a growing channel. I'm about growth in real life. So these are things that you can really, really grow in real life, and so I grow along with them. Um, and so here we are today, recreating some more growth. That's what we doing. I was calling you for some more plants, but you was gone. I went and got them myself, and I bought them over here. I'll let you know when I need the next ones. And y'all see these little bitty things? I'm telling you, I have more than 1,000 of them. More than 1,000. Hey, Denza Wires. I guess I'm saying that right. Hi. Hey, Korea. How you doing? How y'all doing today? Y'all see we out here in the garden and we planning out putting our turnips in, our turnip greens into the ground. You know, we can't have no soil just sit around here with nothing growing in it. You gotta put something in the ground. Y'all got turnip greens? Share some with somebody, cause I mean, it's ooh, these ones that I got anyways, they came out by. Okay, and I think we got enough room to fit just one more line of them in here. Can you gonna bring me another tray? We still got another one that's in there, don't we?
Yeah.
Huh? You got one more still in your wagon?
Let's see. Only one more.
Yeah, we you can put it back on the table because I'm not gonna have enough room to put it in. I don't have enough room to put those. So you can put it back on the table. Here, you can take this.
Oh, if I'm leaving the wagon when I go out the garden.
Okay. Okay, let's look over here to this side. We got one more. Hey, Miss Behaving, how are you? Um, Today I'm planting some turnip greens. Um, yeah, me and my son rebuilt this garden bed the day before yesterday, and so I gave it one. We set it up and then gave it one day of resting, and then I planted during the time while we was planting this. I um I planted some turnip greens and they came out by the thousands. I didn't They were old seeds and I didn't think they was gonna do that well. And then when I planted them, then they came out just like they was just as new as any other seed, but they was very old. They were way back if I ain't mistaken on the pack it was like 2019 or something like that. How I ended up with a pack of seeds that's old, I don't even know. But anyways, they was there and they came up really nice. So I'm like, let me come in here and just overfill the garden bed, and then as we go along, we'll eliminate some of them as we go, and still keep growing. Any of you all getting putting anything out in the garden or trying to start growing or anything? You got any questions or anything like you can ask me like where can you start at? What things you afraid of? Because I'm scared of a lot of stuff out in the garden, but I still don't let it deter me from coming out here and trying to grow something. And when I tell you, if you watch enough of my videos, you know Sean will be running and screaming from everything. I don't like bugs. I don't like worms, and my soil definitely has worms in them. They were put there on purpose. So we have earthworms out here in the garden big time, and hopefully, I'll be hoping that I don't run across one because I don't want to deal with them. But I know they good for the garden and everything. But like, if you got any fears or anything about stuff you can do in the garden, just because you're scared of bugs and stuff, don't mean you gotta necessarily grow outside in the garden. You can grow on the inside, where you don't really have to deal with all those bugs and stuff like that. Don't say that you ain't gonna deal with no bugs, but there's a way to the garden with less bugs, like on the inside. You can grow lettuce right in your windowsill. But look at here. I still have all of these left over. I had like four of these that I bought out here with me. I only was able to use two and a half of them and still got that much left. And then I got like 12 trays of these still up there, and I'm out of space to plant anymore. So we gonna step back and I'm gonna show y'all that bed from a distance. And if you all don't mind, the way you can help me out is please hit the like button or the dislike button. It doesn't matter whenever you come in, but it does help me out just a little bit. Hey Dolly Bear, how are you? Um how long will it take them? Sorry for the misspelling. You know that. It's all right. I can read in between just a little bit. This is my first time growing turnip greens, but I know they don't take long. Anything that got to do with the collard greens section, because turnip greens, mustard greens, turnip, mustards, and collard greens, cabbage, all of that stuff. If you feeding it the nitrogen that it needs, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow fast, really fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. I try not to be telling y'all lies. I don't intentionally tell y'all a lie, but it's be times that I be on here, and when I start going through real stuff in my life, sometimes I check out of here because YouTube is the last thing on my mind when I'm going through some of the things that I be going through. So I can't really. Can you give me the water hose, please? I don't really be coming on here like that. So, but I be really wanting to come along and show y'all like how things be coming, like step by step. But it all, life be life, and sometimes you just don't. Those aren't the things you feel like doing. But for the most part, I try and come on and show y'all, you know, how things are progressing as I grow them. And all the time, it don't necessarily work out that way, but we gonna try a little bit harder because I actually love encouraging people to grow in the garden. And all the time things don't work out perfectly for me. I'm not a professional gardener, no nothing. I just have the will to get out here and try and grow some stuff for my family because I trust the stuff that I grow better than the stuff that I do that's at the grocery store. So that's how I feel about it. Um, oh my goodness, I will never forget when I came across my first big white girl. Ooh, yeah, I don't like them things right there, Dolly Bear. Not at all. No grubs and stuff. And they actually be in the moat that I be putting on top of my bed and stuff. So I see them all the time, and I try not to see them. But okay, y'all, that's what um that's what our turnip greens. I keep saying mustard greens. So that's what our bed for our turnip greens is looking like on today. And when we come back in the next couple of days, we're gonna see how they doing. So now we're gonna go up here where we have broccoli growing. And right now this is what um, my broccoli is looking like. I bought y'all up here when I first planted it. We got some kind of critter that keeps coming up here and like munching off of them. But see, I don't let stuff like some kind of animal or something that's coming out here to munch on it. I don't let that deter me. So what I do is like, see, I have little ones. Like that one right there, that plant ain't doing so well. It hasn't moved or changed, even though I'm giving it the nutrients and stuff that it needs. I guess it's just a dub plant. But right next to it, you see I dug a hole right there and plant one right next to the one that wasn't working. But I didn't only plant one. But then you got a good one that's going right there. This one is not growing that well. You see the leaf on it kind of purple or whatever. So since it wasn't doing that well, I put more next to that one. And so forth and so on. That's what I do with all of them. But then you see you got ones that's like these right here that are doing pretty good. So, you know, This one wasn't doing that well, so I put more next to it. So, and they call that succession growing, if I'm saying it the right way. So you got all different. You got different ones planted at different times. So you'll have your season will stretch out. Anyways, and there, those sweet potatoes was just growing on the ground right here in this pile, and I scooped them up and put them in that bucket right there, and they still growing. So here, can you give me that crate that's down there? I have a few okra on them today that I need to get off. So we ain't growing no more seeds because I don't need no okra seeds right now. I just need the okra to come off of the plants. That's all I need. I don't need all of the extra stuff that come along with it. But if you can see, we got one okra right here that may be already hard there. I don't know. It might be crunchy. We'll see. Cause sometimes you let them stay on here too long, they be like chewing on wood. And plants, while I'm taking off the okra, I always like to cut. I like to cut the ones that are the leaves off of the okra plant that ain't necessarily looking that great. Um, Sorry, y'all. Hold on just 1 second. So let me take this cover off of here. Okay, let me fix y'all. And we gonna take these other okra and stuff from off here. But yeah, while I get the okra off, I like to take off leaves that don't look that good to me and take out the extra stuff that be growing in the pots that take away the nutrients from what you're trying to grow. So it'll be a happier plant. This okra right here ain't that big, but I'm gonna take it off of there. I'm gonna take it off anyway. These right here, because I know I'm not gonna come out here tomorrow, and I'm not gonna take these off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them off today. So, because I ain't gonna come out here and tend to the okra 2 days in a row. And I got other things. And let me show y'all something. Now I didn't put them out here, but they definitely here. Hey, get your mama. That's a new one right there. How you doing today? Thank you for coming through. But I'm gonna show y'all. I got me a little lady on here. Look at her. You see her up under there? She hiding. But you see all those little black bugs and stuff that's up underneath that leaf? She is eating. She's eating those bugs that's up under there. And y'all know I told y'all I don't like no bugs or whatever. And I don't know what you call these little black bugs. Anybody know what you call those little black bugs on there? Let me clean this screen off. Um, Anybody know what you call these little black bugs that's on this okra plant? I have no clue what you call those bugs. I I would probably say that's some kind of aphids or something like that. I don't know. It's hard for the camera to focus in on them. Let me get that focus. You call them, Lucas, you call them aphids too. I said I would call them aphids too because they little just like them. But the only thing is I didn't know that they be black like that. I always seen them as white. But they on the plant. quite a little bit. And to me, they don't really do much to the plant or anything. And what I will do is when I get ready to water, I'll just like kind of rinse them off or whatever. I don't know if that helps, but like, what else is there to do with them? Um, when you do that, is now a good time to plant okra? Actually, it is not a good time to plant okra, but guess I'm here in let me turn the camera around and talk to y'all just for a minute. um I'm here in Florida where you can get summer in the middle of winter and winter in the middle of summer. And so here will try and plant anything um all times of the year. So I don't know where you are. And so, but for me, I try all different stuff because y'all know we got these climate changes and all of this different stuff. And so you just don't never know until you try it. But I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you what my okra plants look like. And I can say right now from what I'm looking at, because again, I said I'm not no professional. I just be growing stuff at all times. But look what my okra plants look like right now at this time of the year. And I have them planted in pots. They're not in the ground, they're in pots. And I say they look pretty good to me for this time of the season. But from the instructions that's on the packets and everything, I think they say that it's best to plant them um like springtime and stuff like that. But I'm a hard headed gardener. I just plant stuff at all times. But Lucas says yes. They think it's yes. I think I'm reading that right. Is you saying yes? It's a good time to plant them. Oh, okay. I'm in Texas, so probably not. Yeah. So I don't know, but does it really get cold in Texas during the winter time? Is what I would say. Let me clip. There's another one I'm gonna clip off. And yes, y'all, I got regular old scissors clipping off my okra out here. So there's another one I just collected. And I was out here. I picked okra yesterday, so I'm getting pretty good with the ones I'm collecting. So I don't know how cool it is, how cool it gets in Texas, but if you got the seeds, go ahead and try it. Nobody ain't gonna be able to tell you like you would know for your own self if you did it yourself and tried it at this time of the year. And then we can all share with each other what the how successful it went. There's another one there. Um, the last few years we've had ice freezes around the end of January, early February. Hmm. Yeah, I don't. Okay, let me say this, get your mama, because every year, see, I create my own season. Right now, I got a whole bowl. I got a bowl full of okra seeds. So I'm not afraid to like try it. But if you're saving your seeds from years before and you have an overage of seeds, try it and see what it do. I just don't know. I just don't know what it would do in that time. But okra grow a whole out of this. I can put this one pod down somewhere and just let it dry out, and it would at least have 30, 40 seeds inside of it, which is more than enough for one season. So let's not be scared to just take them and try and grow them in those times when they freeze and everything. And we can do little different things, and we can all feed off of each other and tell each other, like, what was the process like? What did you do? How did you do things? Us trying things, and us, because we can't trust what we getting from these fake people on the news and the fake news that we getting from all these different places. We literally have to try it our own self and trust ourselves and know what will and will not work for us, because in my opinion, I look at it and I think they trying to stop all of us from being able to grow our own foods and everything. I was even looking at earlier that I seen somebody. I did not watch the video yet, but just to hear the title of the video saying that they think that since a lot of us won't take the vaccines and stuff that they want us to take, then they put it into the food products. Do I know if that's true or not? I absolutely don't know that, but then we can't trust any of these people anyways. I go strictly off trust your own self and not somebody else. And I can give you that example in all different kinds of ways, whether it's with people, food, or whatever it may be. Trust your own self when it come to it. Um, in pots or bag is different from in ground. Um, Lucas, to be honest with you, the only thing I would say is different, and you can see that I grow because I'm on 2 acres of land, and last year I had well, not even last year, at the beginning of this year, I had a half an acre of food planted. Some things happened with me, and I walked away from the garden and let it all die out. The only difference that I realize is with my okra, when I put them in pots, they don't grow up as big as they do in the ground. Like these are the ones that I'm in front of right now. They're probably, some of them are like 3 to 4 feet tall. If they were in the ground right now, they would probably be about 6 or 7 feet tall. So the only thing I really notice is that they grow a lot taller, and that's not as tall as these get. These brand of okra that I have, which is the gumbo jumbo variety. Um, they put out a lot, and they will grow sometimes 14 to 15 feet tall. I've had some that were 14 feet tall before, which was, you had to climb on something to be able to get the okra from off of them. So that's the only difference I really realize from them, is that they grow a lot taller. Do I actually say they create more okra on them because they growing taller? Not really. Now I did have one year that was putting out 14, 15 okra at one time on the same day and everything. So you just gotta try it for your own self, and too, it's according to what you feed to them. I don't feed my plants anything except for chicken poop. That's all I live. I live by the chicken poop, and sometimes I've lived by that chicken poop, and that chicken poop has cost me some plants and stuff because I'm playing around with it. I don't necessarily know how it all works, but I'm learning at the same time, you know, as I go. Um, so those are the two differences that I realize, but I think you can get just as much fruit, vegetables as in the pot as you do in, just a little bit more maintenance. And I'm not really doing anything with this. I have these pots right here. They've halfway the bottom, and this is not all soil in these pots, right? I think these are like maybe a 2 or 3 gallon pot. In the bottom of these pots, I have mulch at the bottom, soil in the top part of it, and then I mulch the top of it to keep the weeds down off the top of it. So, in all actuality, I probably have about a gallon of soil in each one of these. Um, People say they a lot of people plant they sweet potatoes in soil. I don't plant sweet potatoes in soil. I plant sweet potatoes in mulch, and they grow the same way. And it's so much easier to harvest sweet potatoes when they plant it inside of the mulch, because you can pull the one plant and every potato that's there will come up with the plant. Not that you got to dig down in the ditch to find your potatoes or whatever. They all come up when you plant them that way. I don't have seeds. I just wanted to start growing okra. Well, you know what? Even get your mama. Well, I always say I have these okra seeds, and I'm always willing to give seeds if you want to try and start something off. I don't know how much it would be for me to send you some of those seeds or whatever, but I always tell people, like, if I have something growing, that's what I'm willing at this season in my life to give away, some seeds or something to help somebody grow their garden, and I'm willing to give it away free of charge. Just you have to pay the shipping of the package to yourself. But if I got it out here growing, in which I have, I can turn each one of these into seeds. I probably, between these ones right here, which I'm actually going to take on the inside, and my kids probably going to cut them up tonight and fry them up. But so you wouldn't have no chance with these. But already on the inside, I have a bowl that's probably about this tall and probably that big around, and the bowl is already filled to the top with seeds. But you can go to your local grocery store, and if your local grocery store has okra already growing in there, walk in the store and put one of these in the bag and go to the register and pay for it. You probably gonna end up paying about 10 cents for it, maybe if that. But anywhere you can go, sit it on the counter or in your windowsill and let it dry out yourself. You don't gotta go, and that's one of the things too that I talk about over here. I don't talk about going to to no store, no Home Depot, and buying no seeds and all of that stuff right there. The food that you have on your dinner table, if you bought something from over in the fresh vegetable section and it has a seed in it, you can grow it. You don't need to go and buy no seeds and stuff to start no garden. It's simple as that. The next time you go in the grocery store, check over there in the fresh vegetable section and see if they have any okra sitting over there. Just take your okra and sit it in the windowsill and let it dry out. Open it up, your seeds will fall right out of there. They'll be like a dark green or black looking color, and then you plant them. There's other ways around it, but all of the food and stuff that is over in the fresh vegetable section, you can almost grow it. Listen, I grow on a pomegranate tree from the grocery store. I grow strawberries that I started from the grocery store. Pineapple that I grow from the grocery store. Last year we got about 30 pineapples from our 5 pineapples that we grow in the grocery store. There's nothing major that you have to do to any of this stuff to grow. You already have the seeds. You want beans. Beans is something you can put to the side and you can keep them growing and growing and growing. Look in your cabinet. I know you got some black eyed peas or some lima beans or something. You ain't seen one of your kids coming home from school with that flopping lima bean plant and they just as happy as can be. You have seeds already in your house. If you cut up a tomato and you making a salad, you got what you need to grow tomatoes. Flick those tomato seeds off onto a napkin and let them dry out and go and plant them in the garden. Or just take the tomato and throw it out the door on the ground. I guarantee you it will grow. If you go buy a head of lettuce from the store, cut the lettuce from around the core of the lettuce and sit the core of the lettuce down in some water, not much water, and let it get some roots growing on it. Go stick it back in the ground. It will regrow lettuce on it. There's a lot of things over in the fresh vegetable section that if you scared to go and spend your money on seeds or anything like that, there's cabbage. Go over and cut your cabbage from around the core of the thing, sit it in some water, and watch the cabbage regrow itself. There's so many things that over there in that area that you can start out growing that doesn't require you. You already done paid for the food. Regrow the fruit that you already buy. So, you know, I can go on and on, on and on and on and on and on all day long about the different things. You want cucumbers. If you go and buy a cucumber to put in your salad, flake some of the seeds out of it to the side. Save it. Go plant you some cucumbers. If you want strawberries from the store, peel the strawberry like you would any other fruit and take the seeds from off of it, lay it down on a paper towel. Let them dry. When they dry, flake the seeds off of them. I'll put a video up for every one of these things that I'm saying on here that I've tried. Um, I have a video for it, how you do it. I got several mango trees. Last year we grew more than 1,000 mangoes last year. The videos are here. Um, the videos are here for those things. Is like, yeah, we not going to no stores like buying no extra stuff. We just using what we already have. Yep, but get your mama. There are so many things that you have right at your tap, and you it don't take a whole bunch to do it. If you got a little patch of dirt that's right there on the outside of your house when you walk through, throw it down there on the ground. You walk past it one day and you will see it. Woo! Look at that, my plant done grown. And before you know it, you be real excited about what you already got down there. I just bought some okra from the store. Okay, see, look at that. I just told you, you already got the seed. You got the seeds, and can I let one of those dry out and use the seeds from that? Absolutely, you can. Take your just one of them. That's all you need. Sit it up in the windowsill and just let it sit there. It will dry and dry and dry, and it will be very hard. You will be able to shake it, and you will be able to hear the dried seeds that's on the inside of it. Just let it sit there. And even if you let it sit there until springtime come, your seeds are still going to be great. You can leave them seeds inside that pot till next year, and they still good. They're going to be good seeds, and you can plant them from there. So there you go. You already at the beginning of your garden. Get your life, mama. um, but yeah, any other questions or anything? Like I said, I'm not no professional or no nothing. I'm only talking to you about the things that I have tried, and because of the things that I've tried is the reason that I have um all of the things that I mostly got. Everything I turn around and look at it, even me growing potatoes. I go to the grocery store and y'all ever get them potatoes be growing them little eyes while they in the drawer? Cause I put my potatoes in the refrigerator. I don't leave them out. Why I do that I don't know, but that's what I do. Sometimes you look in your drawer and you see your potatoes getting little sprouts on them. You see them potatoes with them sprouts on there. That's the same. That's what you need to be able to grow some more potatoes. Those sprouts that come out of those potatoes. Go and put them in the ground soon as spring come in when it got some warm weather, and you can multiply your potatoes in that way. If they red potatoes, it only take 3 months for red potatoes to grow. So here in Florida, we got about a good 9 months of growing. So we can do like three. We can do a bunch of harvests. You just need to, keep replanting them. And all last season, I just kept replanting the potatoes that I was getting. But yeah, we can go on and on with this and all day. You're very welcome. Get your mama. So when you get ready to do your okra, I hope you come back over here and you holler at us and tell us, how things went with your okra, and look through your cabinets and stuff and see what else it is that you got to grow. I don't mind you coming over here asking no questions. If I can help you, I definitely will. So but I got about one. I need to clip one more okra and another leaf before I go down to do my because I also still have my sorry about that, y'all. I have also I need to tend to my tomato plants because I haven't done anything to them since I've been growing those, except for letting them come up. And I'm gonna show y'all. I got one other surprise. I got a late bloomer too. I planted a cucumber. I planted 4 cucumber seeds, but they was old cucumbers, and I didn't think they was gonna do nothing. Like this okra right here, this one might be like woody, like so. Like they'll be chewing up trying to eat this right here, and it'll be real hard. But we'll check it out and see. Anyways, let me send this bees in the house by my granddaughter.
He gave me the other too.
What other?
I was,
You didn't take them in the house?
we did.
Oh, okay.
Only,
Oh, all right. No, you're supposed to eat them. You're supposed to eat them. They supposed to cook them and eat them. Okay, y'all. You are very welcome. Thank you. Great ideas. Okay, let me show y'all. I put this cucumber, but look at that baby right there. She looking good. She looks good. And then we got this pumpkin. These couple of pumpkins growing right here, and they look like they um the squash vine borers got to them. But I don't really know. But look at, it's growing like all down here. I haven't seen not one pumpkin on it or no nothing. But the vine, when you get down this way, it looked like it's trying to be somebody, but I don't see anything. And I don't bother with it because it ain't in my way or no none of that. It's not in my way at all. It's just over here growing down the side of the bed. So I don't know if, and I planted them way, way late too, just experimenting with some stuff. But let me see if there's anything else I need to pull off these okra plants, couple of leaves that I want to take off. And then we gonna leave them. We'll leave those be until the next time we come out here and harvest. So that's like probably in about, not tomorrow, probably the day after tomorrow. Then those will be ready. Uh-oh. I'm leaving something behind. Let us go to the next thing. Oh, I got two more okra plants over here too. That and I forgot to take this two leaves off of these right here. So we finish up to the top. Y'all see my pineapple bed. Those are those are our pineapple from last year. Pineapples that we grew last year. And the ones that we ate is inside of that bucket ready for us to start um some more, another bed of them. But that bed right there of pineapples alone put us out about between 20 and 30 pineapples this year. Our old collard green bed that I'm about to tear down pretty soon. We got sweet potato vines still growing everywhere. Um, I just dug one of them up the other day. I didn't really dig it all the way up, but yesterday we planted these baby lettuce yesterday, and we still got a couple of red potatoes growing right in here that I just finished telling y'all about. Those are red potatoes that are trying to hang in there that I've been planted. We got Brussels sprouts right here. All of this stuff I put in yesterday. Those are all Brussels sprouts. And then here we have mustard greens that we got all right there. And then I'll take y'all around here. We got more sweet potato vines right there. Ah, a bunch more. And up in here somewhere, we got squash and zucchini. But I don't be trying to dig all up in here because I don't want nothing jumping out on me, touching me. I know nothing. So I don't dig up in there. And since we had them storms and stuff came through, there's frogs and stuff, little baby frogs and stuff everywhere. Um, that I ain't got no time to be playing with. But if I can see down in it where I can show y'all any one of the squash or zucchini, I'm gonna show it to you. But I ain't finna touch nothing. Okay, y'all. See, there's one. Wait a minute. Let me see. Can I see it? Y'all see that little zucchini that's growing right there? Little tiny one. Zoom in, camera. Little old bitty something, something. Yeah, that's one zucchini. Um, and I can tell the squash vine borers got into it because see that little tiny hole right there in there? That's what the squash vine borers do. They get on the inside of the plant and then they eat the plant from the inside out, destroying the plant, which is why I don't fool too much with squash and zucchini. Certain times of the year, I be trying it, but I done tried it so many times. But I ain't worried about them. These at the wrong time of the year, I think, for myself. But this is one of my pomegranates. It got blew over by the storm, and we just waiting to sit it up. Because we need two people to sit it up because it will stick the crap out of you It got thorns on it that as huge as I don't know what. But this is a look at the thorns on it. Um I grew this pomegranate tree from the grocery store. Grew it from out of the grocery store, and it's about 3 years old. So it's close to being to the time where it should fruit. So eventually we'll get it straight. But now we gonna take care. We gonna baby our tomato plants for a little bit. Take care of them, and I have them in buckets. I have the tomato plants in buckets, and I'm gonna trim them up. I don't know if I'm gonna clip them to the pole on for today, but I want to get some of the leaves from off the side of them, trim them down and everything, and get you know, the extra weeds and stuff from out of here with it. I don't need no extra grass and all of that stuff growing in here with it. So that's what we're gonna do is clean this out.
Are you done?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of wrap this one this way so it can lean closer to that. It seems like something's trying to wrap itself up in the leaf or something to grow into my plant. But I want to get rid of whatever that is trying to attach itself to that before it even become a problem. But there you go. That's the first one that we done. And now let me tell y'all about these tomato plants. Right? Um, my niece has a friend that he goes and he looked through like dumpsters and stuff like that. And he found a bunch of tomato seeds and he gave them to her. And even with that, somebody gave me some seeds. I planted them to try and see if they'll grow. And you see what they did. They growed. Um, and they doing pretty good in my opinion. They were old seeds too. So they worked out good. I'm getting some tomato plants at this time of the year. If you ask me, is this a good time to plant tomatoes? I wouldn't say this is a good time to plant tomatoes. But where I changed my mind at was that this year I grew tomatoes and the sun was so hot this season. It was burning up all of my tomato plants that was out there. It was literally like it was cooking the tomatoes while they was on the vine. So I even had to consider like I need to do something different with my tomatoes next year because it's like the sun is getting hotter and hotter and it ain't doing no good. But last year, well I'm gonna say a year and a half ago, I planted a tomato plant and that tomato plant was still putting out tomatoes on it a year later. So um my tomato plants have been going on and on and on and on and on. So um lasting for a year, and they used to didn't do that. So yeah, you never know until you try different things during the season to see what you're gonna get. And some of these I have more than one tomato plant in the pot. Um, and I just kind of like to keep my leaves from being close down the to the dirt. And once I got those up off of out of the dirt, then I'm good. And the other ones, I still keep it trimmed and see, because I wanted to focus more on making fruit than making a whole bunch of leaves. So far, we got us one, two buckets clean, three buckets. We got three buckets clean, and we on to this fourth one. I want to show y'all some because I didn't know I had three tomato plants in this pot right here. But well, I actually don't. I do have three tomato plants in here, but I'm gonna show y'all one that can possibly turn into a fourth one, and I'm gonna show you why it can turn into a fourth one. Let me show you. Okay, you see this one right here? See how close it is to the soil right there? Because it's so close to the soil, this can start to put out um roots on it, on this one right here. So then you can actually pinch this one off and you can make another plant from out of that. But point blank period, with your tomato plants, you can snip little parts off of it and create, if you stick some of the leaves that you break off of your tomato plant, you can take them off and stick them in water and make them root and replant them. Or they have root stimulants that you can put, you can dip them in and grow them in that way too. So that's another tip to keep your tomato plants growing. You don't always have to keep planting um, tomato seeds. Just use your leaves that you have on them, and that's another way that you can keep your tomato plants going. Okay, so we only got but two more plants that we need to take care of, and then we gonna be done for today. What we gotta do in the garden. So tomorrow, after I done clean this out and everything, I may come through with and feed them a little chicken poop or something like that. Give them a little taste. They be hungry, and I'm just waiting to see whatever some blooms gonna come on here, whatever, because I know I'm gonna get some blooms before this cold weather actually kicks in or anything. And even during the cold weather, my tomato plant's gonna give me some tomatoes, and they gonna be nice. So there it is. Those, and I know those are leaning, but I'm gonna let them lean just a little bit more as long as they ain't falling over. And then I only got this one little one inside this pot right here. It's been struggling since it got here because when I first put it in the bucket, I forgot to put a hole in it to let it drain. So it was drowning before, and now it's not. And now I got three empty buckets down there that don't got nothing growing in them, but they all had tomatoes in them at first. They didn't all make it, and that's okay. But guess what? These plants that we have right here, whenever they grow tomatoes on them, we can take tomatoes from them and take the seeds from out of those, and then we can plant some more. So now the only thing that I gotta do now is I think I'm gonna um get my hoe and pull this grass from around my tomato plants just to make it look good to me because I like my stuff to be looking cute. I can't stand all this stuff, but the wind and stuff been blowing everywhere. So it's like the yard is tore up from the floor up. It's like the more you clean up, the more that happens, especially with these hurricane weather and all of that stuff that be coming through. But we gonna get it back right. But that's the last thing that I'm finna do out here is I'm finna get some of this grass from around my buckets and rake it up, and then I'm going to be done out here in the garden for the night. So you all, later on I may go live and talk a little bit about my night last night. Y'all know how I do. In the daytime, we be out here in the garden. Sometimes it get a little spicy out here. Other times it don't. We keep it garden. But at nighttime, when I be coming on like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and everything, that's a whole different conversation. So we gonna see what the night like, and I may come back live tonight, and we gonna have a different kind of conversation. But until then, you all keep getting out in the garden and growing in your real life. And whatever you growing out in your garden, let it match whatever it is um, of where you're trying to grow to in your life, and let it be an inspiration for you to keep going and growing. This is Life with Tashanna over here where we are called the high class gardeners. Now, how we the high class gardeners, Miss Shauna? Let me explain to you how we the high class gardeners, because I already told y'all. Over here, as a high class gardener, we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms, and any people that live their life and are associated in their life with those kinds of things, we don't mess around with them. So that's how we the high class gardeners. So they say, how you get out in the garden, Shauna, and you scared of bugs, snakes, and worms? I said I grow food. I ain't say I play around with the animals and everything like that right there. We do, however, grow our own food. Let some bugs or snakes or worms show up, and we done in the garden for the day. On to the next. But yes, we do believe in keeping up with our own food and stuff. Y'all see, we got the chickens over there walking around. We got other animals and stuff too. But y'all keep growing. Keep growing and do things that are you feel like is going to benefit you and your family as far as the growing. So until next time, see y'all later, high class gardeners.